I want you to imagine yourself holding a coin. Let that coin represent your paycheck of $60,000 per year. It will take you 1,000 years to make $60 million. John D. Rockefeller, the man whose father was a con artist and a bigamist, would have today been worth 250 times this number. But then came tragedies. Many people think the system is broken. Actually, it is not. It is designed to keep you poor. John D. Rockefeller invented and used this system to build his fortune. And it is the same system billionaires use in the world today. So, this isn't just their story. It is yours too. Some believe the Rockefeller family is allegedly cursed because of the mysterious family deaths and events that occurred. Personally, I've never been cursed, so I don't really know how curses work, and some of you might argue that the mysterious deaths and events are normal things in the lives of wealthy people. Oh yes, very normal things. But what if you are wrong? What if everything you believed about success, the wealth, the power, the fame came with a deadly prize? What if the greatest American family, known for dominating the world's economy, was cursed with tragedy and scandal following them through every generation? What if I told you alopecia, a disease John D. Rockefeller suffered from, caused him to lose all hair from his body, and that maybe it is true that all the philanthropy done was in order to break free from the curse placed on them by the people who suffered and died because of their ruthless business practices? Would you call me a liar for saying all this? I promise I'm not, and by the end of this video, you'll understand the shocking untold truth of the Rockefeller curse, and the price they paid for their empire will leave you in disbelief. And let me be clear, there are many of you who will have different opinions. But guess what? That's the whole point of the comment section. So, are you there? Are you still there? Well, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. What do you really think when you hear the name Rockefeller? Is he someone cursed? Is he evil, or is he a robber baron? Was he the root cause of all evil in his life? Are you desperate to be as rich as him? Have you been chasing money most of your life? Honestly speaking, most of what you think about Rockefeller has been influenced by YouTubers and your environment. John D. Rockefeller was born in Richford, New York, 8th July 1839, in a poor family of more than 6 children. He was a hard worker who never inherited anything from his father. By the time he was 20 years old, his business was making $400,000 per year. What about you? How old are you? How much do you make from your salary? He called 25th September Job Day, celebrating it because that is the day he got his first job. He was not a risk taker, but in the 1860s, he spotted an opportunity in the oil business and decided to open an oil refinery, which later became successful. He bought his competitors. For the ones who refused to be bought, he lowered his prices in order to get all the customers, thus making them go out of business, just like Amazon did. Hence, he was called a robber baron. Rockefeller turned competition into a sin. You see, these are the kind of tactics the university or online course you're attending will never teach you. Yet you're always being told, work hard and you'll succeed. But let's be real. How many hours do you work? 40, 50, maybe even 60. And yet it feels like you are running on a treadmill that never stops. The paycheck is already gone before it even hits your account. Bills, rent, loans, it's endless. Rockefeller created a system that rewards the wealthy and leaves people like you fighting for scraps. Keep watching this video and we are going to change the way you've been seeing the Rockefeller family. John D. Rockefeller revolutionized the oil industry, becoming the wealthiest person in history. His Standard Oil Company controlled nearly 90% of America's oil. This monopolistic behavior was not kindly regarded by the public. This is what led to Hollywood movies and cartoons depicting rich people as evil and cursed. But while his empire grew, so did the rumors and whispers, rumors of a dark curse, one that would plague the family for generations. Now, listen to me carefully. The various mysterious deaths and illnesses in the family shows compelling evidence that there might be a curse in the family. Beginning in his 40s, John D. Rockefeller lost all hair from his head, his mustache, and his body. Alopecia was the name of the disease and the hair never grew back. Ida Tabel, a daughter to one of the oil businessmen John D. Rockefeller crushed, concluded in her book that Rockefeller looked like a living mummy. During this time, a key figure in the family business, Percy Rockefeller, died of a heart attack in 1934. Some theorists speculate that the stress from managing controversial family dealings contributed to his early death. Rockefeller passed away on May 23, 1937, in Ormond Beach, Florida, as a philanthropist. In 1951, John's great-niece Winfred Rockefeller Emenyi was found dead in her garage. In one of the cars sat two of her daughters, dead from suffocation. In 1961, Michael Rockefeller, the adventurous son of Governor Nelson Rockefeller, disappeared while exploring the jungles of Papua New Guinea. He was searching for tribal artifacts when his boat capsized. Some say he drowned, but others believed he was killed and eaten by the very tribes he sought to understand. His body was never found. To this day, his disappearance remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the Rockefeller family. And what about you? You might not be lost in a jungle, but maybe you feel like you're drowning. Drowning in debt, drowning in anxiety, drowning in the fear that no matter how hard you try, you'll never escape this financial jungle. Your rent is overdue, the car needs repairs, and your bank account balance is a cruel joke. Tell me, how does it feel to be one emergency away from losing it all? Imagine living in the shadow of the greatest wealth in America, with the entire world watching. Every move you make is scrutinized. The constant pressure to live up to a family legacy can tear you apart from the inside. Michael Rockefeller was no stranger to this. The weight of his family's success, the expectations placed on him, drove him to the brink of exhaustion. How many of us can relate to that pressure? The weight of family expectations, the constant striving for more. Would you be willing to sacrifice your happiness, your health, your life just to live up to a legacy? The Rockefeller family paid a devastating price for their success, not just in wealth, but in health. John D. Rockefeller, the patriarch, spent his final years suffering from poor health. Despite his vast fortune, he was plagued by stress and anxiety, fearful of losing everything. Even with all his money, he couldn't buy peace of mind. Michael and Franklin's health deteriorated from the pressure. You see, the family's wealth could protect them from nothing. Success didn't bring happiness, it brought suffering. Have you ever felt like success was draining you, taking more than it gives? Like no matter how much you achieve, something always seems to slip away? John D. Rockefeller Jr.'s eldest son, Nelson Rockefeller, the former US Vice President, survived a mysterious plane crash in 1937. In 1979, he was found dead under suspicious circumstances. Officially, it was a heart attack. Unofficially, rumors swirled about an affair with his secretary, a 25-year-old woman named Megan Marshak. Maybe you are not carrying the weight of a scandal, but you are carrying the weight of shame. Shame that you can't provide for your family. Shame that you're still stuck in the same dead-end job. Shame that you don't have the answers. And while the wealthy rewrite their legacies, you are stuck trying to rewrite your resume, hoping for just one chance to escape the rat race. Other family members who died mysteriously were Franklin D. Rockefeller, Peggy Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller III, Winthrop Rockefeller, Rodman Rockefeller, Herman Rockefeller, and Richard Rockefeller. Some of them struggled with marriages, addiction, depression, and legal issues despite their privilege. But here's the twist no one's told you. It's not just the deaths and disappearance that make the Rockefeller curse so terrifying. It's the way the family used their wealth to cover up scandals. In 1960, a mysterious fire destroyed part of the family's private library, rumored to house incriminating documents. What good is all the money in the world if you can't control your own destiny? What if, like the Rockefellers, you reached the pinnacle of success only to find that the price you paid was far too high? This fear, this insatiable hunger for more, it will break you. So, what happens now? Does the Rockefeller curse continue to haunt the family to this day? In the recent years, the Rockefeller family has quietly retreated from the public eye, their power diminishing. Some believe the curse is finally over. But are the demons of the past ever really gone? What about the next generation? Could they be next in line? Stay tuned. The shocking truth may still be out there, waiting to be uncovered. There are many theories as to the alleged cause of the curse. The first theory is that the curse originated from William Avery Rockefeller, the father of John D. Rockefeller Sr., who led a double life marked by deceit. The second theory is that the curse was as a result of Rockefeller-backed oil interests allegedly playing a role in JFK's assassination. Other theories are that the Rockefeller were members of the Illuminati and that the origin of the curse is in 1914, when the Rockefeller Company guards killed 21 people, including women and children. Stories of exploiting workers, crushing competitors, and amassing power fueled a public perception of the family as cursed by greed. Let me ask you this. How much of your paycheck disappears into taxes? 10%, 20%, maybe even 30%. And yet the roads are broken. Healthcare is a privilege, and education is a lifetime death sentence. Meanwhile, billionaires like Rockefeller use the system to avoid paying a dime. The game is rigged and you're not even allowed to see the rule book. And maybe you're still picking up the pieces from your own economic collapse, job losses, credit card debt, or maybe even losing your home. The world tells you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But what do you do when the boots are already stolen by the wealthy elite? The Rockefeller family tried to break free from their curse through philanthropy. But is it enough to undo the damage their wealth created? Can charity undo the harm of a system designed to exploit? You see the donations, the charities, and the feel-good headlines. But what about your reality? You are still working 2 jobs, sacrificing time with your family and lying awake at night wondering if you'll ever feel secure. The Rockefellers built their fortune on your back, and now they want to tell you it's all okay because they gave a little bit back. Here's the truth. The Rockefeller curse isn't just their burden. It's ours. The systems they created still exist, locking people like you in an endless cycle of debt, struggle, and despair. But the question is, will you let it crush you, or will you fight to break free? If you've ever found yourself questioning the true cost of ambition, if you think the world deserves to know about the curse that followed one of the most powerful families in history, share this video now. Let's start a conversation about the human cost of success. Share this if you've ever felt that hunger for more and wondered, is it really worth it? The curse of wealth and poverty isn't about money, it's about power. And until we take it back, the curse will live on in all of us. And there it is, the truth about the Rockefeller curse. Unfortunately, I omitted a lot of details in this video. The topic of Michael Rockefeller's death and the details of other family deaths is too vast for me to cover in a single video like this. But if you'd like to know more, I do recommend you read the articles on grunge.com and smithsonianmag.com, which heavily inspired me to create this video. It's also important to come back to an original point that I made in the beginning, which is many people think the system is broken. Actually, it is not. The system Rockefeller used to build his fortune is the same system still being used in the world today, and it is designed to keep you poor. But the most important thing is to break free. Breaking free is simply escaping the rat race and looking for ways to build wealth in scale. This is the only way you can be financially free. And as for the curse, It is evident that the Rockefellers had something like a curse lingering over their family, but the most disturbing thing is that the curse has been passed down to all of us through the system they created. A system designed to keep all of us in poverty. Congratulations! You've arrived at the end of the video and thank you so much for watching. But don't click off just yet. I do want to grab this opportunity to say thank you very much for watching to the end. These videos take quite a lot of time and effort to research, script, and edit. It's so difficult for me to put into words how much I really do appreciate your support. For you to have reached this far, it means you enjoyed the video. So hit the like button unapologetically, and those with differing opinions, let's meet in the comment section. The purpose of this channel is to create entertaining short documentary style videos on finance, wealth, mixed with life and society issues. You will learn the kind of problems rich people solve in order to become rich, the tactics they use, and you'll also take home business lessons by learning from other people's mistakes. If such videos match your interest and you'd want to tune in for more, smack the subscribe button and smash that notification bell. Make sure all your notifications are turned on. All of that being said, my friends, farewell and see you in the next one.